government shutdown is about to end now. Can you tell us what impact it has had on the small businesses?
I think the most impact it had was on the federal workers, the government contractors, and also some on the general public.
While we look ahead, but let's look back. Who do you think should be held responsible for this 40 days?
So the agreement does include that all the federal workers who were affected by this, who were furloughed, all of them will be coming back, and back pay will be given to them from the day they stopped working.
What do you think should be done so that this kind of government shutdown doesn't happen in the future?
I think we have the right person in the Oval Office right now, President Trump. He should also, while he's reforming so many things in America, and he's making America great again.
Jasdip, thank you for your time. The government shutdown is about to end now. Can you tell us what impact it has had on the small businesses? You know, large number of Indian Americans have those small businesses. What impact did it have on?
I think the most impact it had was on the federal workers, the government contractors, and also some on the general public. What we were seeing were the travel disruptions because of the air traffic controllers were federal employees. A lot of flights were being canceled, and with looming Thanksgiving coming up, and during Thanksgiving, a large number of Americans travel. That's the most traveled day in America. And I think if this shutdown would not have ended, this would have been the most chaotic Thanksgiving. But I think when they had this agreement, when they had this voting, so the agreement does include that all the federal workers who were affected by this, who were furloughed, all of them will be coming back, and back pay will be given to them from the day they stopped working. And also the contractors will be paid the full amount. So I think at the end of the day, it is the impact is going to be minimum, because everybody's going to be compensated for this.
While we look ahead, but let's look back. Who do you think should be held responsible for this 40 days?
I think the Senate should be responsible, because they could not reach an agreement. Mostly Democrats, because Republicans tried so many times to have the vote and open the government, but the Democrats were not cooperating, because I think, unfortunately, there were elections on the horizon. We had the New York elections, we had New Jersey, Virginia, California elections. And so as soon as those elections were over, 8 of the Democrats, they switched sides and voted with Republicans to open the government. So at the end of the day, I think people see that Democrats did not gain much. Even after 38 days of shutting down the government, they could not get what they wanted. They just could get a promise from Senator Thune that, yes, we will. I can promise you that we'll vote on these issues again within a month. But other than that, they didn't get anything. Republicans were always saying that, hey, we can do that, but let's open the government right now. So end of the day, I think, and I also think that the Democratic Party is totally divided at this point. There's a far left progressive group, and then there's the moderate Democrats. And we have seen this divide in the New York election, where even the Democratic stalwarts, big leaders like Barack Obama and Chuck Schumer, even the governor of New York, they never endorsed Zohran Mamdani. They were not supporting him. So we see a big divide. And even with this passing of this bill, opening of the government, when the 8 Democrats voted with Republicans, we are seeing a big dissent in the Democratic Party. Ro Khanna has called for the minority leader Chuck Schumer to resign. Bernie Sanders has said that this is one of the most worst voting that ever happened. So we are seeing fault lines in the Democratic Party. It's divided, it's confused, They don't know which way to go. It will be very interesting in the coming days to see how they, recoup out of this.
You have closely observed the US politics, and this kind of government shutdown happens very frequently. And this impacts the economy and the country's foreign policy as well. Do you think should be done so that this kind of government shutdown doesn't happen in the future?
I think we have the right person in the Oval Office right now, President Trump. He should also, while he's reforming so many things in America and he's making America great again, I think this is one of the other areas he should be looking into and proposing amendment to the Senate, that instead of having this battle every year and going through this every year, there should be some funds available to keep the government going, even if Senate cannot reach an agreement on the budget. So there should be some kind of a fallback mechanism where this does not become like a sword always hanging on one's neck, that, it becomes a political issue, it becomes a bargaining issue, a blackmailing issue, to which the whole nation is being held at ransom every year. So I think something that needs to be done so that this doesn't happen again.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.